right, good morning class. If you'll take out your workbooks, we're going to start off with a very simple activity here on the board. I have 3 groups of sentences here. So this is number 1 there, number 2 here, and number 3 here. So I just want you to take out your workbooks, and if you will, just try to combine each of these groups with a linking word. So we talked about linking words before, and how to connect those to other sentences. So if you want to go ahead and write those down, you can work with your partners. So if you 3 want to go ahead and work together, since your partner's not here today, and then if you guys want to go ahead and work together. All right, I'll give you a couple minutes to do that.
Okay, all right. She just won the football game because Paris had a good defense, offense, superior offense. Okay.
Yeah, offense. I'm sorry. It's out in there.
Because the Tigers.
You like that sentence, Patrick? Yeah. Okay. Pizza. I would say and. Yeah, pizza. I like pizza. It's my favorite is pepperoni. Don't forget the comma. I learned about the comma there.
See, Drake.
And my favorite is
do you want to do the third one?
Patrick should do the third one.
Okay.
English is my favorite subject. Because I'm great.
Yes. We're pretty much finishing up on that third sentence.
Yeah, almost done.
Okay.
Done. We beat you guys.
It's not a competition per se. All right. All right. So does anybody want to go ahead and share examples of these sentences? We'll start with the first one. Yeah. Go Drake.
BHS won the football game because the Tigers had superior offense.
Okay. So BHS won the football game. Did you put a comma there?
I did not put a comma there.
Because BHS won the football game because. And then what do we do with here?
You have to get rid of the lowercase.
Right. All right. Because the Tigers had a superior offense. Everybody agree with that?
Yep.
It's good sense. Good job. All right. Number 2. Yes, Billy.
We said I like pizza, comma, and my favorite is pepperoni.
Okay. I like pizza, comma, and then what? Over here.
You get rid of the capital.
Okay.
Lowercase.
And my favorite is pepperoni. Okay. And why do we have a comma here?
Because it is 2 independent clauses.
Independent clauses. Exactly.
And
Good
is a
stuff.
coordinating conjunction.
After my own heart. All right. Third sentence. Somebody that hasn't spoken yet. Patrick. Yes. Thanks for volunteering again, Drake.
English is my favorite subject because I have a great teacher.
Okay. English is my favorite subject. I love this sentence. Because I have a great teacher. Do we do lowercase I there, Patrick?
No, you don't do that to I.
Very good, Patrick. All right. Okay, so move right along. So when we take independent clauses and we combine them with these linking conjunctions, you'll notice that these make a stronger bond, right? Would everybody agree that saying BHS won the football game because the Tigers had a superior offense is stronger than saying BHS won the football game, the Tigers had a superior offense? Does it make sense to everyone? All right, good. So we're going to start learning something new now. We're going to start learning how to use a semicolon. So basically, we can create an even stronger bond between independent clauses using something called a semicolon. Does anybody know what it looks like? You guys used this before? What's it sound like? What's another punctuation mark kind of sounds like?
Colon.
A colon, right. So a colon, right, just looks like this. A semicolon looks like what? What's out of the bottom?
It's like a comma.
It's gonna be a
Comma? Right. All right, so that's a semicolon there. So we're going to learn how to use those. So semicolons basically just join those independent clauses. You're going to use those between related sentences. Okay, that's very important. So right here we use these linking words because and here. We're just going to get rid of that. And we are going to put a semicolon right there.
Final question, Mr. Silk.
Yeah, go for it.
If you use a semicolon, would you capitalize the first word of the sentence after the semicolon?
You would not, and that's an excellent question. These are independent clauses just joined by that semicolon, so you're still going to have this lowercase there, but that is an excellent question, but it's a little bit different than having a period there. So it's not going to give you as final of a pause as a period will, right? But it's going to join these and give it a stronger bond between those two clauses. Okay, does that make sense?
Mhm.
Good. Okay, so what I want you guys to do is, this is your example here, so I've kind of given you the answer to the first one. But if you guys want to go through in your workbooks and change where you put your linking words, try to change those to semicolons, and let's see if we can do that really quickly. All right?
So over here, Sarah. Patrick specializes in the last sentence, so you should.
That is my thing.
What do I do now?
I think the last
That
sentence
was
is
in
all of your
so
favorites.
much.
Yeah,
Yep.
you're gonna tell me.
That's
I think we're good.
Really good?
Yeah.
All right. So, somebody give me your second sentence. Tell me how it reads with the and say semicolon out loud. Yes, Drake.
I like pizza, semicolon. My favorite is pepperoni.
I like pizza, semicolon. My favorite is pepperoni. Perfect, right? And why is that? Because on each side of the semicolon, there's what?
There is a, what did Billy say? Independent clause.
Independent clause. Exactly. All right? So that's exactly what you needed to do. Now, what about the third one?
So for the third one, we put English is my favorite subject, semicolon, I have a great teacher.
Exactly. Yeah. So you just put it exactly where that conjunction was going to go, right? That and or because that you had there before now becomes a semicolon. And you're creating a stronger bond there, right? Okay, good. So now, really challenging part, does anyone want to come to the board, maybe a couple of you, and try to come up with a sentence on your own using a semicolon? Yeah, Drake, Billy, go for it. I want to use the red markers, the green ones. Sort out a little bit. Here's the other red one, Billy. Thanks. Yep.
This right here. Is that? Alright.
yeah, that's it.
Got it? Any questions at all? Mhm. So- Okay. All right, let's go ahead and start with Drake's sentence here. Okay, so Drake says, my room is blue, semicolon, because blue is my favorite color. Okay. So we're going to make a slight change here to make this good for the semicolon, okay? So what did we say before about semicolons? What has to be on both sides of them?
Independent clause.
An independent clause, right? Okay, so my room is blue. Is that an independent clause? Right? That's, you could put a period right there, and that's perfect, right? Everybody agree with that? Okay, now let's look at the other side of it. Because blue is my favorite color. Could we say, because blue is my favorite color, period?
No.
Is that?
No.
Okay, it's okay, Drake. No, that's perfectly fine. We're gonna catch these now while we're still learning, right before you put them in your drafts. That's good. Okay, so if we just erase because there, my room is blue, semicolon. Blue is my favorite color. Does that make more sense?
Yeah.
Could I say blue is my favorite color? Period.
Yes.
Perfect. Yeah. So very close, and this is exactly the kind of sentence we're looking for. Billy's, I like semicolons. Semicolon. See what you did there? They are the best punctuation. Enthusiastic. I love it. That's exactly right. Okay. I like semicolons. Could I put a period there?
Yes.
They are the best punctuation. Is that a sentence?
Yep.
Independent clause? Good.
Although apparently we have to put an exclamation point there.
Well, if you're as excited as about
I love
semicolons as
semicolons,
Billy is,
okay?
then, that's perfectly acceptable.
Makes
I'll
sense.
take it.
Makes sense.
I'll take it. All right. So now what we're going to do is if you want to go ahead and get out your drafts of your persuasive letters. Okay, so you've been working on these. Hopefully you've gotten a lot of work done. I think all of you are doing pretty well on that. So what we're going to do is if you want to go ahead and look through your papers, I'm going to give you some time here to kind of look through. I'm sure you've probably used a lot of sentences using and, because, those linking conjunctions that we talked about before. So if you want to look through those papers, find a sentence where you did that, where it would be appropriate to change it to a semicolon. And so let's talk a little bit about what that's going to do for your writing. So what's a semicolon going to do for those sentences? What does it do that a linking word maybe doesn't do as well?
When you said the words with the semicolon, when you said the sentences with the semicolons in them, I kind of thought they were a little more dramatic.
Okay, a little more dramatic. That's a good way of putting it. So they're a little stronger. Is stronger a good word to say there? They maybe have a little more strength to them. They have a stronger bond, right? So dramatic, I think, is a good way to put it. Yeah, Billy.
So should we replace all linking words with semicolons?
And that's a good question too. And now the answer is probably not. This is a stylistic choice as a writer. So you want a lot of variation in your writing, right? We talked about that before, how you kind of want to mix it up a little bit. You want to have a variety of sentences when you do your syntax there. So probably not. You probably want to vary it a little bit. There are some sentences where when you read it out loud, it's going to sound better with that linking word there. It's going to sound,
Okay.
it'll sound better in your head. But there are some sentences where a semicolon is going to be appropriate to make that a stronger bond, to make it a stronger connection between those two clauses. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So look through there. See if you can find a sentence like that. For your exit slip today, all I'm going to ask you to do is just tear a half sheet out of your workbook. You're just going to write a sentence that you changed. So you're going to find a sentence that with the original one, and then you're going to write the revision of it with the semicolon at the bottom of the sheet. If for some reason you don't find a sentence that you feel comfortable changing with the semicolon, for today, it'll be just fine if you just want to write down a sentence of your own that it would be appropriate to put into that persuasive letter draft later on, okay? Does that make sense to everyone? Any questions at all? Okay. All right, you guys are free to get to work on that. And you guys probably about 5 minutes until the bell, so you can go ahead and look through those. Okay.